Let me help you out of your chair, Grandma. Grandma.
Hey, what up? This is Jay Music.
Hey, man, it's Randall from Clerks.
And you're watching Rubber City Wrestling. Real pro wrestling, not that flippy stuff.
Rubber City. Isn't that what they call James Franco's bedroom? Guy orders condoms by the pallet.
Snoogans.
I'm gonna kick Dreamer's ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. The Rock walked out of WrestleMania, the people's champ.
So why don't you go back to Calgary and take some more gas?
With the boss's son BS, and finally, the debut of Jenna. Jenna, we'd like to take a minute here and welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
You know, it's a great pleasure to have you start the show.
Did all right.
Great pick by, I'll give you credit, you did pretty good.
Hey, it wasn't all me. My sister Lindsay, the boss's daughter, big influence on the search. We found the right Jenna. I think the fans are going to like her.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, if you have anything, comments, news, views, anything you want to go over with us in Akron, you can give us a call at 677-0029. In Cleveland, 521-3529. Give us a call with anything that you might have heard or whatever you want to talk about, and I guess we're the people to talk to. Also, we want to give a little plug to our website. People have been asking more and more about what's going on with the website as far as that. The website is up and running for those of you that don't know that, and you can reach us at www.swiftsite.com/Pro Wrestling Weekly. Anyway, with all that junk in mind there, BS, we'll start right into the news.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Where's my Halloween trick-or-treat candy bag?
Hey, you got to go get that later.
All right.
What are you dressing up as?
I'm not dressing up. I'm the boss's son. I don't need to dress up.
Oh, okay.
I was going to be
scary
Shawn
enough
Michaels,
costume. You're right.
That's pretty funny.
Go ahead.
I'll let you go.
All right. Anyway, as of course everybody knows, the biggest news of the week, DX is back together. So all you people out there that have been calling saying, hey, when's DX getting back together? When's DX? As you've seen on Monday Night Raw, DX has finally accomplished something, which I think is a good move on the WWF's part.
Well, it was a move they needed to make. It was just a matter of when they were going to do it. It seems to me that they did it in a rushed fashion because of what we talked about before, the SmackDown needing to be the A show to get that rating. And I think that they brought him back on Raw only to develop them on SmackDown Thursday night. And it was a little bit of a surprise. I didn't really think it came off that well on Raw. It kind of came out of nowhere. It would have been okay to have the three guys, but when Triple H showed up, and he really hasn't been, even involved with China, he's been on his own, then to see him just standing there with them, I don't know if it made that much sense, but it'll work out, I think.
Well, speaking of the ratings, I mean, you got them over there, Jenna. Why don't you go ahead and let us know what happened this week in the ratings.
The WWF Monday Night Raw got a 5.6 rating. The SmackDown got a 4.8. The new Nitro got a 3.5, and Thunder is down there with a 2.3 rating.
And that's surprising as far as that. There was rumors about the SmackDown doing record numbers up in the 6 points, and everybody, as we had it confirmed, that it's only a 4.0. It was an overnight reading that turned around, and people took the big assumption off of.
Yeah, it didn't do a 6.1. In fact, Thunder is actually up. 2.3 isn't too bad for Thunder. In fact, Vince Russo hasn't even started writing for that show yet, so it's not even ready to be the new and improved Thunder until at least I hear December, perhaps. But Nitro turned out to be pretty hot this week, I thought. Raw competed with them. The big thing on Nitro this week was the return of the Outsiders, along with Raw's version of DX. So I'm hearing that they put them matched up against each other to combat each other. So what do you think of that whole girl thing, though?
It was all right. I mean, it's just, it was definitely not what it was, I guess, expected to be, so.
Well, I guess that's where they're crossing the line, where they weren't used to do things like that. Vince Russo's got some power to do that, but still I'm hearing negative things about, people are saying they're not going to watch Nitro. They shouldn't have had those types of girls in that kind of show at that time, even though it was later in the night.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you go to, it's just like any other business. If you go to please every customer out there, you're never going to please everybody anyway. So, hey, I say if you feel the system's working, and obviously it worked with the WWF, you might as well just roll with the punches and take the consequences. What about the big thing with Harvey Schiller this week going on with Turner Sports. He decided to leave.
A few months ago, he was rumored to leave. He pulled out of that. Now he's decided Harvey Schiller has left. He's the CEO of Turner Sports. I don't think it has that big of an impact as it did before, though, because before Vince Russo was hired, he was going to be, part of, making all these transactions. But now that they already got the new management in place for WCW, I don't think the departure of Harvey Schiller really will make that much of an impact as it did before. So, good luck working for George Steinbrenner. He's got the best baseball team of the century, I guess.
Okay. And then also we found out this week that A&E is going to be having their specials with the wrestling special. You got them on there. What's going on there?
On November 15th, they're going to have the Steve Austin, which is a premiere video. November 16th, it's going to have Owen Hart. The 17th, Mick Foley, Mankind. The 18th is going to be Jesse Ventura. And the 19th is going to be Andre the Giant. And the Jesse Ventura and Andre the Giants are going to be repeats. They were on A&E before.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting with Andre the Giant anyway. I mean, nobody's heard or seen from him. Of course, he's passed away. But, I mean, no one's... Usually when they keep something going, you always see something bring back of an Andre the Giant. He is actually the biggest man ever in professional wrestling. I know a lot of people say the Giant, but, Andre the Giant was definitely a lot bigger. And, it's going to be interesting to see how things really went when his time and era was in.
Along with Mick Foley being that's coming out on the 17th, his book is #3 on the New York Times bestseller list.
Did anybody find out about, speaking of Mick Foley, he's on the thing with that movie that happened in Los Angeles. Did they decide they're going to go nationwide with that? Or?
I don't know if they're going to go nationwide with that. I didn't find that out yet, but we'll have to check into that, see if that's going to go on.
Okay.
All right. Also, we're when we come back, we're going to talk about Halloween Havoc, but we are also going to talk about the ECW show Thursday night. But in some other news, rumors going around, Jerry Lawler is not, engaged. They're together, Stacey Carter, for 9 years, which I didn't even know they were together that long. But there's some rumors going around. Jerry Lawler wanted to make that clear, although they're much in love, they're not together, as engaged. Bob Holly and Steve Blackman got new contracts with the WWF this week. Bob Holly's is more of a long-term. Steve Blackman's, I'm not sure of the tenure on that one. The return of Brian Christopher from his ACL ligament problem, knee ligament problem. He's back, and him and Scott Taylor made their return on TV this week. Also, Kurt Angle, who's been doing house show opening matches over the last few months, is ready to go. They've taped on Thursday night, I believe, in Pittsburgh, taped some videos of him. So he'll be debuting real soon. And speaking of videos, they're also real soon going to be starting to do the Taz Vignette, which will, of course, run through probably late November, more than likely right after Survivor Series. So that'll be pretty interesting as well.
Well, rumor with him also coming in and starting a feud with The Rock.
Yeah.
I think's a pretty good idea, considering, even though The Rock's a lot bigger than Taz, Taz, I think, if he's going to start with anybody to get noticed, The Rock's definitely the man to get it started with. Although it maybe sound a little weird, but, I kind of think it would be cool to have him and Jericho possibly even go at it. But it all depends on the character that they're going to use. If he's going to go with the Taz of old, I say definitely go with...
right. Well, interesting on this Jericho thing, what they're doing with him right now. I don't really understand why they're not pushing him. I think they're just doing this to give him a push. I guess, Stevie Richards and everything else. But, it's just... I mean, they made him such a big star to bring him in, and then they just fade him off. So I don't understand.
Also, let me give a mention out here. New World Wrestling is having their official Hughes Memorial Cup live at the Alliance Armory, and that's on November 6th. Doors open at 5:30. You guys can get out there and take a look. Tickets in advance are $5 each, $7 at the door. Limited seating's available, so you want to get a hold of the people. You want to go to Bruno's Tuxedo Center, or you can get a hold of Chief J.J. Hoyt, or you can go to AttitudeZone.com in Ravenna. All the proceeds go to American Diabetes Association. The main event, of course, the '99 Ironman winner, Jack Hammer's taking on the NWW World Champion, and my personal friend there, Even Colder's finally going to go out there and have his first title defense and see what's going on with that. Anyway, we're going to take a commercial break. When we get back... What? Okay, wait a minute. I guess we're not taking a commercial break. All right.
That's all right.
Got wrong signals here.
You got anything about that Even Colder article? Here it is.
Yeah,
go ahead and show that. Well, Jenna, why don't you go ahead and show that?
This is Stone Cold with our very own Even Colder. They met together, Even Colder today.
On the Shotgun Saturday. Yeah, did you guys see that?
I didn't even see it yet.
No, I didn't see it. But Even Colder, he is up and coming. Today he is signing autographs from 1 to 4 at the Acme, the new one in the Stowe-Kent Plaza. Today from 1 to 4. Next Saturday, he's doing the same thing, November 6th, and he's
also on the
appearing at the NWO. Or
NWW
Cup with Jackhammer.
All right.
Yep. Okay, so that's NWW Wrestling, and it's at the Hughes Memorial Cup. Everybody get on out there and check out NWW Wrestling. You know that they always put on a hell of a show, and it's live at the Alliance Armory, and that's November 6th. Bell time's at 6:30, so doors open at 5:30, so get your tickets now and get out to the show. Now we're going to take a commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to go over some more news and move on to the calls.
RCW Rubber City Wrestling.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment.
This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Mick Foley.
And you are watching
RCW Wrestling from the Rubber City.
Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
Not the flippy stuff.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
I don't know. It was probably around 2, maybe 3 years ago. I'd be walking around in malls or walking down the street. Women would come up there and just want to be with me. Men, they'd just mimic things I do and more or less just try and follow in my footsteps. I guess that was probably the first time I realized that I was your role model.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
Back along with the champ, John Potok, along with the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and Jenna. Jenna, look at the camera there. You took off the glasses, and, you know, what a fine choice you made there. Yeah, there we go.
I like that, huh?
Also, okay, well, let's get back to the news here. Like I said, if you want to give us a call, you can do that in Akron, 677-0029, in Canton, 521-3529. Give us a call. Let us know what's going on.
Halloween Havoc.
Halloween Havoc happened last week. You know, we all watched that, of course. Card changed a little bit. A lot of unexpected stuff happened there. First of all, the main thing that went down at Halloween Havoc, of course, was for the Sting-Hogan match.
Right.
What did you think about that going on there? Hogan comes in, regular street clothes, which we had doubts if he was even going to show. He shows up in regular street clothes, comes in and just lays flat out like, oh, this federation isn't nothing to me anyway, and, you know, gets pinned by Sting.
A lot of talk about that. A lot of talk on the internet. I guess they're still trying to say this is an angle. You know, I researched this. It appears that Hulk Hogan really is still involved with WCW. They're really trying to phase him out, though, so it looks like he's going to be on his way out the door. I thought that the angle that came off was really bad at Halloween Havoc. They should have just had him no-show, and they should have just buried him on the spot, if it's not a whole work, which we don't believe it is. So he comes in street clothes, lays down, Sting wins, and we have our world title match, which was moved up in the show because they had a premonition this would happen. So it was interesting how they changed the card around to make this happen.
Well, I think a good save that they did was when they had Sting come out and say, hey, okay, I'll take on anybody. Goldberg comes out. Everybody knows that Goldberg's their #1 star. He comes out.
Right.
He wins the title. Smart move. But then the next night they set up for the title strip, which I don't know if I like that or not. The big 32-man tournament where you got to thank WCW for them to whip up 32 guys that really mean anything. I mean, it's just, I think it kind of makes it, although I was reviewing the tournament bracket, it looks like it's going to be all right, but the beginning rounds, if it gets to the later rounds, it's going to be real good when the next, pay-per-view comes along for the finals and all that. It's going to be good, but
more on this Goldberg thing. I mean, they made the match happen because they needed to give the fans their money's worth, and they did this at the end of the show, of course. Goldberg beat Sting for the world title. Then the very next night, he gets stripped of the title and then loses the U.S. title to Bret Hart, and it really didn't hurt Goldberg's reputation at all. I mean, but isn't that kind of weird booking to have all this happen so quickly, and then Bret Hart, U.S. champion?
Like they're rushing through to get to a certain point that they were supposed to be. Like they didn't meet a deadline or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
like I said, Halloween Havoc, I thought the matches were okay, but even Vince Russo himself said that this was the worst produced show. It was even worse than the first Nitro, so the production of the show, and what I think he means by that is if I was watching it, it just didn't seem like the chemistry was there, the gel wasn't there. It's like they just sort of did things. It was choppy, and I think that's what he means by that. So What is going on?
Speaking of Goldberg, what about in the beginning when they had him and Sid Vicious do the little thing out there? Sid Vicious, who really cut himself, I mean, that was a lot of blood flying around there. I mean,
yeah, there was
puddles everywhere. Even back in the back, they kept going back there for other angles. Back in the back there, they still got puddles of blood on the floor. I mean, makes you wonder, man. I mean, how much blood did he lose? I mean, he was full of blood.
That was a strange scene for even WCW, but, it cost them they stopped that match, which, that was just part of the booking. I don't know if all the matches came off as the way they expected to come off. Of course, the other problem was the Ric Flair and Diamond Dallas
he got
Page
some heat over that because, he cut himself in that match as well. And, of course, he was bleeding pretty good himself. And
2 guys bleeding.
Yeah.
But the ending was kind of strange. What had happened was Charles Robinson, I guess, wasn't informed of how the new ending was going to go. At the 2.5 count, stops, rings the bell, and gives Dallas Page the belt. I mean, or the match, I should say. And we had reported this could be the retirement angle for Ric Flair. We're now hearing that it's not really going to be a retirement angle. It is an angle to set up some time off for him to come on and do some other things on the show. But he definitely will be back wrestling. But, that's just another screw-up. How can you stop the match? This is the first time, we went watching wrestling for years. Never seen a match stopped at the 2.5 count, a bell called. It wasn't called for the blood. So nobody really knew what was going on, and I just thought that was cool.
Speaking of the disgusting parts of the whole pay-per-view, what really bothered me is everybody is hearing, okay, well, Bret Hart's going to get a push. Bret Hart's going to get a push. And then they go in there and they have him submit to Lex Luger, which I know everybody knows out there that I can't stand Lex Luger as it is. And they have him go out there. I think that was really degrading Bret Hart, and I think that was a really bad move. I don't like the way they ended that match where Bret Hart submits because of something.
Well, that's just their way of making it clean finishes at a pay-per-view. And what they're doing there is just to build Lex Luger, the total package, but also in the same sense making it look like Bret Hart's really got this injury. But I think what they're really setting that up for is that his great return into his star status. And I think that maybe, we ought to maybe lay out our predictions for the tournament now. I'm going to go with Bret Hart, and I'm going to go with the world title.
I think so, too.
Jenna, I don't know who you think's going to win that.
Bret Hart.
Well,
anyway, speaking of Halloween Havoc, one more note on that. What did you think about, WCW dropped the ball here? They're announcing on the announcer stand when the tag team match was coming on that the titles have been stripped, but yet they come out wearing the tag team belts. The Filthy Animals come out.
Like I said, more production problems. They said that the Filthy Animals have been stripped of the title 2 times before they even walked out, and then they walk out with the belts, which is just, between that and the Flair thing and this, I mean, it was just it just didn't come off well.
Okay, so overall, what did you rate Halloween Havoc?
It's thumbs down. I think it was worse than Unforgiven.
Okay, well, what did you think?
C minus.
C minus, okay.
C minus, please.
All right. Well, if you guys ever want to vote on the pay-per-view, on our website also at www.swiftsite.com/ProWrestlingWeekly, you can go to our website. We always have something before and after the pay-per-views on what's your opinions. We want to know your opinions. Right now we have a special feature on there as of this week called Dream Night at the Fights, where he has a big dream card. You can go through there and see Austin versus Goldberg and so forth like that. Click on there and check that out and let us know what you think, and we're going to, of course, have the poll things. Of course, everybody says that the worst match of the night on the poll was Hogan versus Sting, which,
if you
of
want
course,
to call that a match.
If you want to, well, legally, technically it was.
Yeah.
The best, of course, winning it was by a substantial amount was the Goldberg versus Sting match, which you knew everybody was going to say that because the rest of the card is pretty mediocre. Although Ric Flair versus Diamond Dallas Page did finish in a strong second.
That was pretty good, too.
Yeah, it was all right.
You know what I really didn't like about the show is how Tony Schiavone, I mean, he just constantly towards the end was like, what a great pay-per-view. I can't believe some of the things we're saying. He was just really overdoing it. And here I'm thinking the complete opposite of what's going on.
And then you can hear Bobby
hear
Bobby Heenan saying the same thing, and he's you know that's not Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan doesn't ever say, oh, this is the greatest pay-per-view of all time.
Aren't they all?
And he's saying, he's the greatest pay-per-view of all time, but you can hear it in Bobby Heenan's voice like, boy, they really paid me a lot to say this, so I mean,
they're going through a lot of changes right now. That's to be expected, and new writers and everything. So it just didn't come off very, very well. But I think the Nitros are improving very nicely at this point.
Yeah, well, we'll see
look
what
forward
happens
to
with it. Obviously, it isn't happening with the ratings as of yet, and I don't know, maybe they got themselves, maybe old Ed and Vince got themselves involved in a little something that they can't, bail themselves out of.
We're just going to see how
they
it
got
goes.
the talent, but I think they're still possibly using it in the wrong way. Anyway, this week also we went to ECW.
Yes, we
Everybody know. I mean, a lot of people didn't know. Actually, we brought this up to the guys at ECW that it wasn't promoted, very well in the area. Not that it's the ECW's fault. It's just that the people that was going on there. But It was a great show. I'm telling you, ECW is definitely on the up and coming. I mean, it's one of the better shows I've seen in a long, long time.
We have a big announcement. John, you want to give the announcement what's coming soon here on PWW?
Yes, well, starting next week, we've interviewed a couple of the people, superstars from ECW. We're going to have those interviews starting next week. We're going to let you take a guess on who it was. We got behind the scenes there with a couple of them. They were really nice to let us do that, and we want to thank Jim Molyneux out there at ECW for helping us out with all that, and I'm telling you, they were really good about that. Anyway, we're going to take a commercial break. When we get back, we're going to cover a little bit more news and take some of your calls.
TNT Health, unmasking your potential. So, you want to look like the headline, Vinny DiMaggio? Here's your chance. Let's not be ridiculous. Nobody can look like Vinny. But if you need that energy before your workout, or you want to lose some weight, burn some fat, we got that. You want to build some lean muscle? You can get it at TNT. Or even if you just need the essentials, BCAAs, juiced up. Here at TNT Health, we carry it all. Come visit us at tnthealth.com.
All my life, I wanted something to do with pro wrestling. I didn't care if it was a pro wrestler, a manager, an announcer. Hell, I'd even be the water boy. It was my dream to be a part of pro wrestling, and that's why I'm thankful for this opportunity.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
And he wants to be a wrestler.
Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Champ John Potok, hanging out with Bo Smirno.
One of my favorite holidays.
Yep, Halloween. And, of course, the always beautiful Jenna.
Yeah. Trick or treat.
Are you going to sit here and take full credit all show long?
Nope.
I mean, she's here. It's great. And, I mean, by the way, that was a great video there. How long did it take you to shoot that video out there, Jenna?
Me? Doesn't take long when you're short, sweet, and over.
Okay, well, you got something there, BS, before we go?
Yeah, I got a little bit of news here. You know, ECW, like we mentioned, we were there the other night. Tracy Smothers made his return to ECW that night, and in the main event, Sabu beat Rhino. No need to go over all the results. It was a great show. They're coming back in April, and I just want to go over some November to Remember notes in Buffalo, November 7th. The main event at this time, it has Rob Van Dam versus Taz. Now on the TV show Friday night on TNN, Taz was beaten by Sabu, so that's kind of interesting. Mike Austin defends the world title against Tanaka. In a three-way dance, it's going to be Super Crazy versus Jerry Lynn versus Tajiri, and also a six-man match just added, Raven, Dreamer, and Sandman versus the Impact Players and a mystery partner. So that's going to be pretty good.
You know, it's something good about ECW, and the reason why I think I like ECW so much is because you ever notice, like, well, of course you notice, we were at the matches and everything, and do you realize how much the crowd really gets into it? I mean, you go to WWF, they're into it there, too. You know, WCW, they're all right, but I mean, when you're at an ECW show, if you guys ever get the chance to go out there and see it, I'm telling you, you need to go out and watch it. The crowd gets into everything so much. If they start a chant, everybody does the chant. If they start doing this, I mean, everybody does it. The crowd really is part of the show. They get into it by far, and I think it's, man, it's just so awesome.
You know, I'm hearing a backstage rumor about Tammy Lynn Sitch, but I'm not going to bring it up this week until I can research it a little bit better, but from what I hear, it's kind of negative, but I'm going to hold on that. Jake Roberts, as you know, we had the problem with him at the Heroes of Wrestling. He's signed with the APWF, and he's got a December 4th show called Resurrections with them. Also, for our fans wondering where Vader is, as we mentioned before, he's in Japan. He won the All Japan Triple Crown on October 30th, so it's kind of big news for him.
Speaking of that Jake Roberts signing, I also heard that if he shows up to one show where he's been drinking before the show, that contract's null and void, and they're throwing him out. So, which they need to control anyway, because everybody knows that Jake has a reputation of dropping the ball.
I'm hearing Goldberg might be appearing on Mad TV if he can get the schedule worked out, because he is kind of busy, so it's a possibility. And in WCW, the hardcore division, they're planning on bringing on a championship belt for that division.
All right,
and one more thing about Randy Savage. I hear that they're talking about a big story with him. whether he's going to do it or not. He's willing to do it. They just got to work out all the details. But I hear it's going to be a huge thing with him. So, with that.
Anyway, with that in mind, let's go ahead and head to the phones here.
You didn't even push the button.
It's Inner Circle. We've infiltrated your phone system just to show you how much control we actually have.
How much control that you actually have. What is it that you want? Every week you call it. Have you got to the bottom of this yet? I mean,
the bottom now.
You won't have to get to the...
You didn't even push the button. How the heck did he get through?
You will see more surprises later on today and in the weeks to come. So keep your eyes open, gentlemen and lady, and prepare to be shocked by the Inner Circle.
What is it that he...
He didn't even get plans.
I don't know. What does he want?
I don't know.
He said, we'll see you later.
I don't know, man. This is kind
More
of creepy
surprises
on the
to
old,
come.
yeah, Halloween. I guess it matches in. We're probably going to be...
they strike big on
Freaks
Halloween.
come out in the day and the night.
Yeah. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I was at ECW Thursday, and I was just wondering, who was that, the other Mexican from Guadalajara? I think his last name was Cristobal.
Jesus Cristobal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will we be seeing him again?
Yeah, he's got...
Yeah, it's kind of weird because he's kind of just like a fill-in thing. I think maybe house shows. He hasn't even been on TV, and I don't know if he have any plans of putting him on there. The last time we were at the ECW show, he was one of the guys that were putting up the ring, which I think how ECW does it is everybody's part of it. I mean, nobody's special. Everybody gets out there, puts up the ring. Everybody tests the ring. Everybody does this. You know, unlike WWF, who has their own crew that does every little thing. So,
was this the guy that had the match with Nova?
He was wearing a costume, kind of looked like Kane's.
Ooh, I know he had a black leather jacket on.
Tom Marquette.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about someone else, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you like him?
Yes.
Yeah, he's probably going to be one of their up-and-coming stars. I mean, he's more on the prelim level right now, but, you know, they'll develop their characters nicely over there at ECW.
Okay, great.
All right.
Did you like the show?
Yes, it was very good. A lot of fun.
All right.
You're on the air.
Yes, this is the Drew Meister from the of the world. What's going on?
How are you doing?
Doing good. Tell me something. What's up with old Buffy boy being all upset? What was it, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
It's an angle.
It's just an angle?
Yeah, I mean, that's all set up. They actually have big plans for Buff. That's why they gave him that particular story, because they like Buff Bagwell. So, you know, he's just doing this thing where he's all mad at the writers and da-da-da-da-da, but really he's, you know, that's all wrapped up. I mean, like I said before, they shouldn't have had him get smacked over the head with a guitar by Jeff Jarrett if it wasn't an angle. They should have just had him walk off and look like it was really legitimate.
So what's your opinion on Buff there, Jenna?
You like Buff?
No.
You don't like Buff?
He ain't the stuff?
No, I don't even think that's a very good angle.
Really? So that's surprising. One of the few girls out there that thinks
He's
they
not
don't
my
like
type.
Buff, I guess. Well, who is your type? Let's just
who
hear
is
that
Jenna's
out in the open.
The Undertaker. And I'm missing him on WWF.
The
You know?
Undertaker.
I am awaiting his return.
Well.
Yeah, I got an Undertaker costume today. I will be passing out trick-or-treat candy at my house in Undertaker costume.
All right, well,
Sweet.
there we go.
Got Reese cups?
So you're going to go trick-or-treating in your...
Absolutely.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, Boris, who do you think's going to win Survivor Series?
What match?
The triple threat match.
I'm going to go with The Rock.
It doesn't matter what you...
It doesn't matter.
I know it's Halloween and all, but where'd you get this trick out of? Sitting next to you, is that your boyfriend?
Trick?
Girlfriend, Boris? I mean, who is this lady?
Who's this calling?
She's Jenna, if you've been
You don't even know
watching
my
the
name.
show. He doesn't know, I know, he doesn't even know your name. Always got them little kids out there just...
Does your mom know you're calling?
Oh.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on the Halloween Havoc.
All
I was very disappointed on that Hogan match.
Yeah. A lot of people were.
Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people were disappointed there.
I mean, Hogan, an icon of the wrestling industry, laying down in the middle of the ring. I was so disappointed with WCW that
It was childish, too, I think, kind of. It made it look like he was just a little crybaby that went in there like, I can't have it my way, well, fine, I'll ruin your show, you know.
right, and it's just for someone who helped the wrestling industry that much to have him do that. I'm surprised he's even sticking around. I mean, that was an insult to the man
You're right.
himself, not just the character.
You're right.
Right.
I agree. I mean, a lot of people are feeling that way. Like I said on the poll, everybody thought, man, that's just, I mean, like I said, it just all amounts that Hogan doesn't get his way. It's just like a little kid, you know, he doesn't get his way, well, hey, I'm going to cry about it. So, you know, unfortunately, WCW.
Yeah, they're getting the damage for it.
Right.
That's fun.
Hogan's ridiculous.
Welcome, Jenna. It's great to see you on the show.
Thank you very much.
And you guys keep it up.
All right,
thanks a
for
lot.
calling.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
That was nice. So, you know, he's
Don't
got
eat any suspicious candy.
Right. Anyway, with that trick-or-treat joke in mind from the boss's son, we're going to take a commercial break and give you guys a chance to pass out some of your candy. And when we get back...
RCW, Rubber City Wrestling.
Wake up out there!
This is the Outcast Shannon Moore.
Mr. Technical Barry Horowitz.
Typhoon the Shockmaster and the BADD.
This is Chad Saylor and you're watching Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
If you don't believe me, ask me.
I'm Magnum TA and that's some straight talk with the boss.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays on RCW Global, Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
I don't know. It was probably around 2, maybe 3 years ago. I'd be walking around in malls or walking down the street. Women would come up there and just want to be with me. Men, they'd just mimic things I do and more or less just try and follow in my footsteps. I guess that was probably the first time I realized that I was your role model.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
John Potok, along with the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and the always spectacular Jenna. All right, BS there, I know you got a little thing to give a shout out to. Why don't you go ahead and cover
One of our
that?
sponsors, Tommy's Bar. It's a cafe down on Damon Street in Akron. It's located off of Dan Street and Evans Avenue there. They got great pizza. They got some other food. Of course, they have spirits, pool table. Tommy's Pizza, always very affordable, very good pizza during any pay-per-view party, any football game, anything like that.
Cold beer.
Yeah, Jenna loves Tommy's Pizza, don't you?
Cold beer, hot pizza.
It's great. Anyway, the number 253-5718, and they're located on Damon Street.
All right, well, with that, let's go ahead and head to the phones.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on again here?
All right, hang up on them. We got more calls.
He's on every line.
A Potok, there's nothing you can do.
What the hell is going on here? He's got every line tied up. What the hell's going on with this video?
You can try to hang up all you want, but the fact of the matter remains, the inner circle is more powerful than ever before. On the strongest day of the year for us, we plan our takeover. You did not listen to our warnings in the past week. Maybe now you'll realize that we are here. Starting next week, you shall see.
What's going on with these calls?
I mean,
How did he do
wait
that?
a minute. I mean, first of all, he's got all the phone lines tied up. Then somehow a video is inserted into...
Look, now the phones are normal.
I mean, wait a minute. You know, John, I admit that I haven't treated you very fairly since I've come on this show, and, you know, but I feel threatened
I
here.
got goosebumps here. This is kind of...
I don't feel Jenna should be treated like this on her first show. I feel like, you know, maybe we need to bond together and find out together. You know, I just don't have all the time to research all this. What is happening? Why are they trying to take us over? What did we do to them? I know they've been emailing us.
We don't even know who they are.
I mean, exactly. I mean, you know, I apologize for the way I treated you, but could you just see it in your heart?
Anything,
Forgive
yeah,
me
we got to
for a while.
get this to stop. I mean, I'm getting calls at my house all hours of the night.
I mean,
I'm getting
now they're interrupting the
emails.
show.
Now they're interrupting the show. I don't know how they did that. It's kind of creepy, especially on
Will you work
Halloween
with
of
me?
all days.
We work with you.
Yeah, I'll work with you. Let's get this taken care of. I mean, it's just, you know, for everybody's safety.
I mean, I'm going to try to check into it a little later
it's
on.
one thing, you know, if you like the show, you know, but to stalk the people on the show and this,
I don't know.
Well, what do you want to do? I mean,
just go back to the phones. I guess they're lit up.
Let's see if we can get a normal call.
Really? Hi, you're on the air.
Oh, yeah. How you doing there? This is Mark Fletcher calling from beautiful Lorain County.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
How we coming in up there?
Pardon me?
How we coming in up there?
It's a little staticky, but I see you guys, man.
All right, good.
I'm really enjoying the show. You guys got a great thing going, and it's great that you're focusing in a little bit more on ECW because that's one organization that really deserves a lot more credit than it's been getting.
Oh,
and
you're
now
right.
it's coming into the spotlight nationally with the TNN thing. I've been a fan for about 3 or 4 years, and it's really great. And you're right about the shows. The shows are high energy. It's a great promotion.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 quick questions for you guys. One was, what's going on with the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, what's the verdict on Vampiro? Is he going to stick it out in the WCW, or is it true that maybe inevitably he'll end up in ECW?
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
The Legion of Doom, first of all, they're still having the problems with Hawk, who, in all reality, I hear now that they don't even really care for each other too much off the scene. So don't look for Legion of Doom to come back anytime soon. That's just something which that used to be my favorite tag team of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, especially when they came in and they bum rushed him. They really kind of their last time out, their little last stunt with the WWF kind of made them look really weak. So I think it probably even tarnished the old Road Warrior gimmick. And unfortunately, that's it.
And for Vampiro, there was some trouble with him. They did let him go. They brought him back, and Vampiro appears at 90% right now to be locked and staying. I think that they're actually giving a small push. And they really like the direction they could possibly take his character. So, yeah, look for Vampiro to be around, and if he does make a jump, we'll be the first to let you know, all right? But it looks like he's 100%, well, I would say 100%, 90% to 100% staying with WCW. Let's just say it at that.
Okay, well, you guys keep up the good work.
All right, thanks,
Keep
Mark.
watching ECW.
Hi, you're on the air.
Oh, yeah. First of all, I'd like to say the Inner Circle is a bunch of queers.
Thank you.
Right.
Amen.
Maybe you can help us find out what's going on with them?
Sure. But number 2, now that DX is back together, is it possible that, like maybe they'll bring China back in? Or
Now, I heard the rumors are having it that they want to keep China away from that angle. They want to keep it to where, she's got her own. Right, she's got her own little thing going there, which I think is a good little gimmick with, Miss Kitty, Stacy Carter, having her go back and forth. And I really like the idea, just like with the Jeff Jarrett, I really like the idea with her and Jericho having their words with each other. What do you think of that angle?
it's not bad. I'm not a big Jericho fan to begin with.
Right.
Well, I mean, I wasn't until we became into the WWF, and actually a lot of people are saying that Jericho's ways with the WWF is failing, but I don't see how.
Y2J is the
Really, I see. I'm against it. I think
not a Jericho fan.
I love him that way. I didn't like him in WCW. I like him now.
He should have stayed at WCW.
No, I think it's a lot better with WWF now.
Hey, he's a lot better in
Well,
WWF.
they're saying with the Riders now, he would have made it better in WCW.
Yeah.
Had he had stayed, he would have been better off than he
But he
is
would have
right
never.
now.
I don't think he would have ever got the push, even though they promised him, world title status and all that. But I see their point with WWF because their main thing is they're saying, okay, well, he'll never be able to be pushed into the main event status being behind The Undertaker, being behind Austin, The Rock, and all that. He'll never be able to be. It'll be a while before then. But I mean, his character when he comes out and he does his thing, it's kind of like the old Roddy Piper when he's interrupting everything. He comes out there with his Piper pits, like, wait just a damn minute. And, when he does his stuff, it reminds me of the old Roddy Piper, and I think that's why I like it.
I don't like him.
What about Shawn Michaels? Do you think he'll ever come back?
Not to wrestle, but who knows? I mean, they're all the time. That's still something. I don't look for him to be part of the DX thing at all, but never say never in the world of the World Wrestling Federation.
All righty, thanks a lot.
All right. Hi, you're on the air.
Inner Circle.
Yeah. Every time they call. Hi, you're on the air.
Hulk Hogan.
In the house, it's your icon and the Portage County Television Champion. It's me, Hollywood.
Great.
What's up, guys?
Happy Halloween, Hollywood.
Hey, before we get started, I got a quick Halloween joke for you. You ready?
All right.
Why is a ghost never any good at lying? Because you can always see through them.
You better put those popsicle sticks back in your freezer where you read that from. That was a great
Guys, listen.
Yeah, you'd think so.
This thing with the inner circle is not only a threat to you, but it's also a threat to the white trash posse. And if there's anything me or the posse can do to help you find out who these guys are, we'd like to team up with you and do that.
Really?
Also, Miss Gina, we'd like
Jenna.
Jenna. I knew I was going to mess that up. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'd like to welcome you to the show, and don't mean any disrespect to you or anything, but you're a fox.
Oh, thanks. That's not
If you
disrespectful.
ever want to jump on board the WTP bandwagon, we'll
She'll think about it.
Yeah, have some bad news to report to you.
Hey, Hollywood, can you save that bad news until we take a commercial break?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, stay on hold. We're going to take a commercial break and come back to Hollywood.
TNT Health, unmasking your potential. So, you want to look like the headline, Vinny DiMaggio? Here's your chance. Let's not be ridiculous. Nobody can look like Vinny. But if you need that energy before your workout, or you want to lose some weight, burn some fat, we got that. You want to build some lean muscle? You can get it at TNT. Or even if you just need the essentials, BCAAs, juiced up, here at TNT Health, we carry it all. Come visit us at tnthealth.com.
All my life, I wanted something to do with pro wrestling. I didn't care if it was a pro wrestler, a manager, an announcer. Hell, I'd even be the water boy. It was my dream to be a part of pro wrestling, and that's why I'm thankful for this opportunity.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
And he wants to be a wrestler.
Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
On with the champ, John Potok, along with Jenna and the boss's son, Bo Smirno.
Boss's son and Jenna.
I just had to say Jenna first because, you know,
Oh,
Hollywood
look at
thinks
me.
she's a fox, and
That's
I ain't,
okay.
you know,
That's
good
okay.
choice, good choice.
Hey, we got Hollywood waiting, but, you know, go
All
ahead.
right,
and
let's
do
go ahead and
what
promote
you
this here real quick. NWW Wrestling, everybody. Hughes Memorial Cup live at the Alliance Armory next Saturday, November 6th. Doors open at 5:30, bell time at 6:30. The main event, as everybody knows, Even Coulter's taking on Jackhammer, the 1999 Iron Man winner. It's Even Coulter's first title defense, so everybody should get out there. Tickets in advance are only $5. Now, you can't beat it when you got a wrestling event for $5. Tickets at the door are still only $7, but everybody should get out there and support Even Coulter. He's going to have his first title defense, and I look for that to be
He deserves it.
a great ride there. Let's go back. We were on the phone there with Hollywood. Hollywood, you there?
Yes, I am.
All right.
What's the bad news, Hollywood?
Well, I hate to tell you that after a thorough search of Sweden, we were unable to come up with any girl for you.
I knew you were going to say that.
All right, I failed you. I hope this doesn't mean I can't work for you.
Can you try Russia?
Russia? No, I can't do that. Listen, I'd like to try something and take a viewer's poll to see how many people out there would really like to see the Icon get a title shot. If you like to see that, you call the show or email these guys and demand that the Icon get a title shot, because I can save you people. I can take you to places you've never been.
So what you're saying is you want a shot at me.
And whoever has the belt. Yeah, you.
Well, you know, me and you have our little differences now anyway, ever since I was demoted out of the white trash posse or whatever.
That's right.
You know,
give me a shot, man. Let the people decide to give me a shot, because I'm telling you what, man, I can lead you to the promised land, and together we can rule Portage County and the world.
Yeah, well,
Help me.
I'd love to take you and give you the shot, but
Hollywood,
he has his
we'll
little
keep that in
thing there.
consideration. But you brought me bad news, but I'm going to bring you good news. Remember the millionaire Freddie Cash?
Yeah, well, I have a rich friend too, but go ahead.
All right, we got our first segment.
Yeah, really.
We've got our first segment of The Boss Around Town, which we'd like to show.
That's not on a log.
Oh, absolutely. Remember? Boss Around Town, he said it last
I know,
week.
but it's
a millionaire.
whatever.
What to do with the WTP?
Oh,
Okay, let's roll that video if we got that.
You know what I'm saying? Time for me to go money back to the community. How about him?
perfect, Shane. Perfect. Hey, kid.
Yeah.
Come here for a second. How would you like to earn some money today?
Yeah.
Well, kid, today's your lucky day. I'm the millionaire Freddie Cash.
Yeah, I know you are.
Time for me to give a little money back to your community. You feel lucky today, son?
Yeah.
How much money do you make doing this deed you do?
Well, $400 a month.
$400 a month, huh?
Wow.
Well, I'm going to give you a chance to double your salary for the month.
All right.
Well, Shane, what do you think we should have them do? You think? Yeah. Okay, well, you do know our country's national anthem, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's hear it.
Our country, 'tis of the great land of liberty.
Okay, I've heard enough.
Oh, I got my money then?
You moron. That wasn't our country's national anthem.
What?
You know, you have no respect for our country.
Oh, what about my money? Wait, whoa.
Money?
Yeah.
And I'll see you next week.
Oh, I just...
That was kind of
I'm not liking Freddie Cash. That was so mean. That poor guy was doing his job.
Freddie? I agree. I have to go with
I like
Jenna
the
there.
Paperboy.
I mean, yeah, I can't believe
Paperboys are cool, but that was
How
kind
are
of
you going
fun.
to pick on somebody who's less fortunate than...
Oh,
He
he's very
tried.
fortunate to work
he
for, I
really
guess,
tried. He should
whatever
have got the
newspaper.
money for the effort.
Yeah, like
Well, he
800 or
didn't-
400, $800 is what anything to
He
the
didn't sing
millionaire.
the right
Mr.
song.
Millionaire can afford it.
What's that noise?
What's going on? Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the phones here. Let's see what's going on with that.
I don't know. Now
Wait a
what?
minute.
Now what's going on?
Why do we keep getting interrupted?
We gotta
Are we
find
still
out.
on? I don't even know if we're still on the air.
I don't know. Let's go to the phones and see what happens. All right, let's go to the phone.
Hello? Are we even? I don't know if we're on. Okay,
Hit
we're
that
back,
other
I guess.
button.
Okay.
Oh my God!
I
I know
Weird.
it's Halloween and all, but these guys are just way out of line.
Too far. It's kind of scary when how they got this.
Zapper.
How you doing?
This is the impersonator, the man who challenged Even Coder a couple weeks ago, and they told me to come down to the show. I went down to the show, walked into the locker room, seen Even Coder, looked him eye to eye and told him, go toe-to-toe with the whole show. And you know what he did? He started crying and peeing everywhere, talking about, I'm sorry, mister. I'm not the front, man. I know you can beat me, man. My wife already told me you're...
Now, you know you're calling the show and you're feeding us some fibs. I was there with Even Colder, and there was nobody that came down there challenging him like you saying.
Oh, I challenged him, buddy, and guess what, champ?
Are you sure you're at the right event?
I will be there at the front row.
I suggest, yeah, you step on down there, New World Wrestling down there at the Alliance Armory.
Kicking his butt everywhere.
Get your tickets early.
Get some of champ. Since you're best friends with Even Coder, that means I got a problem with you, too.
Well, you know, this...
If you want to get in the ring with me, or if you want to go outside with me, I put my belt, the People's Championship, on the line against you. Anytime the bus is on, you can watch the front row as I...
Don't let fear hold you back.
Jenna just
You're
hung
on
up that guy.
PWW Weekly.
Hey, champ, what do you say?
What's up?
Hey, what's the current contract status of Hulk Hogan, and what's he going to do down the road if he's not with WCW?
Well,
hopefully he has enough money not to do anything.
Yeah. Anyway, what his current thing is, rumor has it, is he's been talking to Fox to start his own federation or whatever. I don't know if that's a good idea or not for Fox to do anything like that, because you know who obviously the champion would be if Hogan's running his own show, Hulk Hogan. And if you think you had enough of them now, you're really going to have a lot of them if he gets the Fox deal. His contract, he has clauses in it where he can do certain things on his own with his contract. So he has the right to pull out of certain ways. You know, there's a bunch of loopholes in his contract. So, you know, as far as his contract being like stand where he can't do something like, for instance, Rena Mero with, you know, the Sable thing, it's nowhere worded nothing like that. So Hogan does have some pull as far as his situation with the WCW.
Okay, and how about Rob Van Dam? Any chance of him going to WWF or WCW anytime soon?
Not anytime soon. He's about to get a, you know, a major push in ECW, number one. But number two, before when they were talking about bringing him on, I think that it was rumored out there that they don't really like Rob Van Dam's attitude off this set, so it's not something that WWF actually wanted to get involved in.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
You're welcome.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
What's up?
Yeah, and next Saturday, actually, there's another wrestling show going on at Barberton High School.
Yep, we heard about that one as well.
Yeah,
the Green Hornet show.
Yeah, he runs some good shows.
Yeah, he does. He has some great shows.
He got the midget wrestlers out there from the WWF, former guys of Prince Cheesy, was with Jerry Lawler.
Do you work for the show? Are you going to be on the show?
No, I'm a fan for it.
Do you have bell time and all that?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay, why don't you go ahead and give it a little plug there.
doors open at 6, bell time 7:30. We got Prince Cheesy versus Mini Pot in a midget wrestlers AIWS midget championship match. Doink the Clown versus the Mystery Superstar. The hardcore match, the New Young American Eagle versus Cannonball Hall.
Okay. And what time does that start?
Doors open at 6, bell time 7:30.
7:30, so get out to Barberton as well for those people that are in that area. All right, hey, thanks a lot for letting us know.
Hey.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that New Young American Eagle? You ever seen anything or heard of anything about him?
Yeah, but we don't want to really get into commenting about that.
Why,
all right?
Why's that?
Oh, we'll talk about it some other time. I got to go take a commercial break.
Do that.
All right, thanks. After this, we'll be back with your call.
RCW, Rubber City Wrestling.
Hello, yes, this is Danhausen.
This is Sunny from Glow.
The Birdman Coco Beware.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Gangrel, and you're watching Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
Not that flippy stuff.
Get your thrill with the real.
Keep banging and banging.
Take care and Sunny smiles.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
I don't know. It was probably around 2, maybe 3 years ago. I'd be walking around in malls or walking down the street. Women would come up there and just want to be with me. Men, they'd just mimic things I do and more or less just try and follow in my footsteps. I guess that was probably the first time I realized that I was your role model.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
Okay, we're back to Champ John Potok along with the boss's son, BS, and Jenna. All right, we were having a little thing there. Let me give a quick shout out here to our website. Everybody should log on. Today is the last day to win the prize in the trivia section there, WCW Mayhem for PlayStation. Tomorrow the winner will be announced on the website. So if you have a PlayStation and you like the game WCW Mayhem, log on at www.swiftSite.com/Pro Wrestling Weekly. Get into the trivia section, answer those questions, and if you got them right, your name will go into the drawing to win the WCW Mayhem
Jenna,
for PlayStation.
you play PlayStation?
Some. There you go. All right. Hi, you're on the air.
Finally, the Stingray has come back to PWW.
Do you know how hard it is to get through on this downfall?
Yeah, that's what we hear.
It's going to get harder.
I've been waiting for a while.
Well, the inner circle would
for the fool that called, talking about he challenged Even Kohler, first of all, it wasn't a challenge even issue to him. So he needs to just step back and quit trying to be the Stingray because...
Yeah, there you go.
Now, Ivan Kohler has a match next Saturday.
Even Kohler?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, NWW, his first title defense.
Okay, when I'm through with this call, I'm going to be placed on hold so that I'm going to give you my number so that Even Kohler's promoter can call me.
Okay.
That way, when he brings out that little contract that he wants me to sign, I will sign it and I will get in the ring with him.
Okay, well, as far as us taking your number and giving it to him, we don't have, contacts like that. Your best bet to get a hold of him would be to go down to where the tickets are. You can go down to, Chief J.J. Hoyt, or you can go to the AttitudeZone.com in Ravenna, or the Tuxedo Center, Bruno's Tuxedo Center. Go somewhere like that to try to find out how to get a hold of him, and then try to square some way with that. As far as us having actual contacts on how to get, you in a match with Even Kohler, that has nothing to do with us.
Out of our hands.
Out of our hands.
Now, BS?
Yes.
BS? Can y'all swing me to BS, please? There you go. There he is, with his Shawn Michaels t-shirt on.
I love it.
Yeah, I like Shawn Michaels too, but you have a problem with the inner circle.
I want to say
a much more worthy addition to the show there.
Then who?
So, I was down at ECW on Friday night. I haven't heard you guys talking about that, but I got a few things to say about that.
Great. All right. Bring it on.
We had a few scheduling problems, and we couldn't make it Thursday, so we had to go Friday. It sucked.
Really?
ECW, it's LCW, Lane Championship Wrestling.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. I mean, that...
It chaired over the third match. Tables didn't come out to the last match.
That must have been a totally different show.
I'll tell you what, even Francine had the same underwear on that night. I could still see BS's drool on it from the...
That's funny.
Believe me, he didn't get that close.
I did too.
His dreams that night, maybe. But anyway, last thing I want to say is, Jenna, hey, honey, I'm your kind of guy. Put me on hold, and I'll take them digits for you, and we'll get together, all right?
Okay, we'll keep you on hold.
All right, great.
That's it. Solicit a date, Jenna. Hi, you're on the air.
PWW Weekly here.
This is the impersonator Stingray. Next time you call in and you even get ready to mention my name, why don't you just pause for a second and think about the damage I'm about to do to even order come to 6. And when I'm done with him,
This is not Stingray. This ain't the same guy as it was before.
Let's get the next call.
Adios.
All right. He just called, so make sure you got the thing straight there. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm Dustin. I was wondering, you know what's going on with China and DX in it?
We already mentioned that. China's separate right now. If down the road they decide to put her with DX, they do. But right now she's the Intercontinental Champion. She's with Miss Kitty, and they really have tried to take her away from the Triple H and the DX thing.
Well,
all right?
she's got her own crowd. I think that's a good move with the WWF. You know, China has been with Triple H all the time, taking him down to the ring. It's better off that she goes on her own and gets some of her own, you know, status established.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, you're on the air.
Now, what do you of the inner circle?
How in the hell are you getting through so...
Exactly how much power we have. You won't think that we're a joke
Okay.
any longer.
We've had enough of you. You know, we told the people we have some interviews coming up, and in the next 2 weeks, you'll see a couple interviews with ECW. But at this time, we'd like to give a little show of who's coming up here. Dawn Marie Bitch that you interviewed, huh, champ?
Dawn Marie. Man, that was really a night there.
And then after that, we got Steve Carino. So for Jenna, the champ, and myself.
Hey, welcome to the show, Jenna.
you.
Thanks. You have a good time today?
Yes, I did.
All right.
All right. Well, catch us here every Sunday, 12:30 on the Cat.